Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 46, right? Or 42, 42. Yes, day number 42. If I come here and see, yes, we are on the day number 42 now. Okay, today we are going to be start our topic of the scripting. In this topic, I will able to share my knowledge up to only an extent which I know. If I have no idea, then I'll say definitely I have no idea on that particular part. Okay. But if I have an idea, definitely I will help you on that particular part as well. Before we go for the scripting, need to be understand one thing, which is important. Okay. The question come. The question come why we need a script, why we need to be do the code. And to understand this line, we need to be go back little, sorry, we need to be go little back and understand C versus C. C versus C means configuration versus customization. ठीक है, ये देखो, this question is very important for you. Why? Because during the interviews, sometimes this has been asked. Okay, you have to do this scripting. Can you do this or can you achieve this particular requirement without script as well? Because if you write a single line of code, it means you are doing the customization, even though that's not true. But again, from company to company, project to project, customer to customer, account to account, it's vary. But if you ask me personally, if I am writing a single line of code, it is considered as a customization according to my thoughts. Okay. So it means what is configuration and what is customization. Now I'll put this configuration and customization. Configuration means, let's say you purchase a new mobile phone and the way you get the phone, if you're using as it is, then it is considered as a configuration. आपने open किया, box open किया, phone on किया, अपना email डाला, done. That is called the configuration. But if you start adding more applications, आपने उसके wallpaper change करने शुरू कर दे, you change the ringtone as well, you change the alarm tone as well, you change the settings as well. That is called a customization. That you mold it according to your need. No, I need a software or I need an app in my phone. Whenever I get a call, it should pop up the lights in the background. That is not available in out of the box. That for that you have to do the customization. You install the app on that particular part. So it means the thing is that customization means something which is coming inside the box where you have to just add your details, or I can say add your or do your configuration and your work is done. But customization means when something which is not available in out of the box, or you want to change the behavior of that particular functionality and you make a changes, then it is called the customization. Okay, we need to be avoid customization. That is the number one part. In the current scenario, there are many customers I saw, even though I work with three or four customers who are using the service now initially, a lot of customization. Now I'll tell you simple example which we discuss. If you create any table, if you create any field in a table, like in a task table, in an incident table, in a change table, if you create any new field, that is also considered as a customization. So now the question comes, like, okay, or I'll give you a normal example. Simple thing, let's say Hema is getting married. Her husband is settled down in Bangalore. Let's say example. Okay, her husband settled down in Bangalore. Now he know that he is getting married. Okay, and being a married man, he need to be arrange or do something at in their house as well. Like he need to be do little more decorative, need to bring one more bed, sofa, dining, or maybe he need to be restructure or renovate the kitchen as well. Because when we are bachelor and staying alone, we can manage it everything. But if once a person is getting married, he need to be arrange a lot of things. So what he did, he start doing the customization. He renovated the complete kitchen. He renovated the complete bedroom. He renovated the complete living room as well. So this is called the customization. So now, as I say that even though if you add a single field in a table as well, that is considered as a customization. The reason it start with the underscore u, if you remember, right? U underscore table name, U underscore field name, U underscore these things. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I have a book with me. This is called Mastering ServiceNow Scripting. Okay. For me, it is a very good book. I created a complete series of scripting with the help of this book. We're not going with each line by line, but I will take you on the very high level side of this book. Okay. And don't ask about this book. I'm not going to do this, share this book with anybody. Okay. But we will discuss the concepts here. Okay. So the first concept which we discussed that what is configuration and what is customization. Now, if I give a little more examples, I can make a field mandatory like this. If I go here, I want whenever any user click on the create new for the incident, let me open the incident now. Okay. Then this field should be mandatory. देखो जैसे ये रेड कलर में. Now to make a field mandatory in ServiceNow, we have multiple ways. You can use client script. You can use UI policy. Maybe you can use some business rule. Maybe you can use XYZ method as well. But what ServiceNow recommend? ServiceNow say if you want to make this field mandatory, always use the UI policy because that is a zero line of code. Zero line of code. And ServiceNow saying that we are moving to the low code now. Means where people like you and me, I'm not considering Heathel because Heathel is a fresher and she need to be start career, so she need to be understand the code. But Hema and Atul, we are the people, for them maybe coding is not that much easy or loving part. We want to be go as much as out of the box, as much as low code. Like flow designers, it is a low code application which is given by ServiceNow. Drag and drop, काम हो गया. So something ServiceNow say if you have an option, then choose out of the box. Now I work with a lot of architects, I work with a lot of developers as well who love coding, who live in coding, who breathe in coding. If I say, hey, I need this thing, they will do the coding first instead of checking that what is available in the out of the box. So even though this is not, it is not only recommended by this book, also recommended by ServiceNow that it is the best practice. If you do very less coding, that will be good for you. So in this discussion, in this session, we're going to be see how many types of scripting are available and when we need to be choose. So if you are a developer, you have to be think, can I achieve this mandatory field without coding as well, even though you love coding? Intention to repeat these lines, these words, these phrases, so that you understand that why I need to do the customization. I have 2-bedroom house. It's already full settled. Everything is there and I'm getting married. Why should I renovate the kitchen then? Do I need to do the renovation of kitchen? Better I arrange my utensils, I arrange my crockery, I arrange my stuff proper manner. It's look good, which is completely low code. But if you intentionally want to know, no, I want to be renovate. then do it. It is increasing the in our language it's called increasing the technical depth. DEBT depth उधार चढ़ जाता है हमारे ऊपर. More you customize your instance, more you are creating the problem for yourself in the future. अभी तो काम हो जाएगा, बाद में नहीं होगा. Let's say I'm using Netflix. Even though I never use the Netflix, I'm using Netflix for the free now. Okay, very good example. Let me take Geo. Everybody know that how Geo captured the market. When Geo has been launched, they're giving free internet to everybody. रोज का 1 GB. Every day you'll get 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB, 1 GB. But after some time, when they saw that yes, we captured the market, they put the rates on that. For 1 GB, you have to pay 30 rupees, 40 rupees in a day, 50 rupees, 100 rupees in a day. Now people are in the habit. So this is what the technical debt. Now you have to pay because you are habitual to that particular stuff. You can't stay without internet, right? So now what we're going to be discuss in this part is that we discuss configuration versus customization. That's we discuss. Simple है. Now to script, not to script. कब करना है, कब नहीं करना. Again the same thought. It's you has to be decide, not me. See, I am a business process consultant. My work कि भैया मुझे डेवलप करके दे दो. Simple. Hital and Hema, please develop this form for me. Please develop this valuation for me. Now you as a developer need to be understand that do I need to be do coding or I can achieve without coding as well. Now Hema has a question. Atul, why you are saying no to code? What is the meaning of the technical debt? See, what happen if you do the lot of coding or the customization in your instances, and when you upgrade or update your instance, maybe ServiceNow also change something in that particular code, and due to your code it break, it did not work, or it's not in a good format, or you just write the things without checking the right or best practices on that particular part. That is the reason it is say do less and less coding. That is understanding point. Today you are a developer, you not understand this thing completely, but tomorrow when you become the architect, then you understand this part, because making a one line of code, you have to do a lot of maintenance in the background. तो ये problematic हो जाता है बाद में. ठीक है. So this is the first part, that script or not to script means understand that why you need a scripting. See the same line they mention. ये देखो ये रहा. Try to avoid scripting whenever possible. Configuring an instance instead has many benefits, make instance easier to maintain. जो out of the box है उसको तो maintain करना बहुत easy है. Otherwise, अगर आप अपने हिसाब से करोगे, then you have to do a lot of things, lot of maintenance part. ठीक है. Now the third part. In ServiceNow, how many types of scripting available? Total 2 types of scripting is there. One is called client side and one is called server side. We are listening or hearing these words for a long time now. Database या क्या था वो C, C++, Java सब में यही था. ठीक है. Client side means when you want to execute a script on the browser perspective. यहाँ पर अगर आपको करना है, इस फॉर्म पे आपको कुछ शो करना है. Like this, if I say subcategory is antivirus, I want to show a message immediately. This is a client script on the form level. Okay, maybe I say someone enter the date of birth or edit the age 18 years or 17 years. I want to show a pop-up. Sorry, you are not allowed. Your age must be 18 years more than 18 years for this particular part. This is a client-side scripting. On the form level, on the interface level, you are doing the changes. Sorry, you are doing your part. Server side, when you click on these buttons and the data go in the background, and then you want to check a validation. Let's say I'm asking user what is your date of birth, username and date of birth dala. When I click on the submit, it go in the background, do the calculation and see, oh, your age is less than 40 years now. Sorry, you're not allowed to enter in this room. Or you're not allowed to book this particular flight or the tickets or kind of things. This is called server-side scripting. When you go and hit the database, maybe before hitting the database you want to show, or after hitting the database you want to show the records or the results or the error. That is the other part. So total 2 type of scripting is there. So the first one is client side. Total 2 मेजर टाइप की स्क्रिप्टिंग यहाँ होती है. नंबर 1 इज अ क्लाइंट स्क्रिप्ट. अब यहां पर वैलिडेशन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, ऑन द फील्ड लेवल. द ओनली इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज दैट क्लाइंट स्क्रिप्ट एंड यूआई पॉलिसी, these two only work if the field is available on the form level. I'll give you a very basic example to understand this part. Okay, sometime what we did, and it happens, and I'm sure Hema you can also relate this part. Let's say you prepare something very good, yummy. Okay, you ask your child, you ask your son, hey, get ready and let's have this together. Okay, and he was sleeping. By the time he get up, he was not in he's in cranky mood, and kids happen with this. Okay, you wait for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes. You say, hey, are you coming or I'm eating it? Are you coming? I'm eating it. He's crying, cranky, all the things, and he did not come from his room. What you have prepared, you have eaten that. This is what is this client side script. Sorry, this is not what, it's a client side. Sorry, it's opposite. If he's not there, he did not come back from his room, you did not eat his part. This is what client side scripting says, that if the field is not available on the form, I cannot execute it. I cannot execute it. This is what is called the client scripting. मतलब जब तक बच्चा नहीं आएगा तब तक वो खत्म कैसे होगा? या तो बच्चा घर पे है ही नहीं, स्कूल गया, he is in the school now, and you know that by the time he will come, it will be not in the good format. Let's eat and complete it. ठीक है? So if kid is there and he is enjoying with you, it means it is a client side scripting. Like your husband is on the tour. You make something, you can't wait it for till the night, he will come back and then he will eat it. You say, okay, let's finish it off. This is what is server side. But client side says when you want to execute something on the form level. UI policy is also the similar part. UI stands for the user interface. But UI policy has only 3 operations. Again, from the interview perspective, it is very important. In the UI policy, you can make any field which is available on the form. I'm again repeating. UI policy says any field, sorry, with the UI policy, you can make any field mandatory, read only, or you want to hide any field, we use the UI policies. For these 3 operations, we do the UI policy. We use the UI policy. But if you want to do little calculations, we can do little scripting as well on that particular part, or we can use the client script. If someone say, hey, can you make this field read only? Instead of going the client script, go to the UI policy. Even though I can achieve the client script as well, but still I'll say go over the UI policy because that is zero code, low code. Okay. I will not add UI action in the client script because it's little technical part, but we will see this definitely here. Now, what is a server side script? Server side script says which go in the database and execute it, or which go in the database before actually committing it, it get executed. Okay. So now what happened? I never prepare this sheet, attendance sheet, these names till the time I start on the day one. Day one, I came to know, okay, these many guys are coming to my training. ठीक है, this is a server side scripting. जब आप लोग आ जाते हैं, day one हो जाता है, उसके बाद I put the names here that okay, these are confirmed who are going to be attend my training now. Okay, so this is called the server side. In this, first we have the business rule. In the short, we call it as a BR. Business rules are something which executed before or after some operation. रिकॉर्ड इंसर्ट करने से पहले, रिकॉर्ड इंसर्ट करने के बाद, रिकॉर्ड अपडेट करने से पहले, रिकॉर्ड अपडेट करने के बाद, रिकॉर्ड डिलीट करने से पहले, रिकॉर्ड डिलीट करने के बाद, आई वांट टू वैलिडेट समथिंग ऑन द डेटाबेस लेवल, देन वी यूज द बिजनेस रूल. नेक्स्ट इज कॉल्ड एक्सेस कंट्रोल, ACL. Access control, we have a separate topic, we will discuss that part, but I am not going to do any scripting on this part. Okay, I'm not going to do any scripting on this part because I have no idea. Script include is again very technical. I'm bluntly and I'm openly saying that scripting is the one of the weak area of my job. This is one of the very, not very, but still a weak area in my job. Because I understand code, but I can't write code. So script include basically when you want to bring your another script in another one of the script, like it's like a calling a function in a function. Something this we can say script include. So I have no idea that how it's work because it's too technical for me. UI action, yes. These buttons, ये जो दिख रहे हैं आपको, ये इस पे जब आप सेव पे क्लिक करते हैं, समथिंग हैपन. दिस इज द UI एक्शन, यूजर इंटरफेस एक्शन. दिस इज अ प्योर कोडिंग. यहाँ पे ड्रैग ड्रॉप नहीं चलता. इवन तो ड्रैग ड्रॉप यहाँ पे भी नहीं चलता. इसमें कहीं भी ड्रैग ड्रॉप नहीं चलता है. You have to be write the code. You have to do the scripting. Maybe small, maybe big is the one thing, but you have to do the scripting. Then schedule jobs. I want to run, I want to be update all the incidents where assigned to is Hital every day. So instead of asking someone to do, I can write the schedule jobs. With the condition I can schedule it, okay, every day 6 PM. Like if you remember that we can schedule the reports as well. In the same manner, we can do the schedule jobs as well. Background scripts. Again, important from the development perspective. Background scripts means when I want to update any data forcefully, or when I want to do any action forcefully in the record, which is not possible from the front end. Let's say my incident get closed now. Okay, but I want to update the category. Incident close हो गया, ये field तो read only हो गए. How I can update? Then we use the background scripts. Background scripts are something similar to the business rules only. The only thing is that it executed immediately. That is the only thing. Okay, we'll try to see if I can share a small 1 or 2 line code to how it's work. Then workflow script. Even though this is getting very less now. If you remember, we have done workflows, right? In the workflows or the flows, we can write the code as well for the validation. And script action, I have no idea. It's something similar to the script include, which is have a lot of background things in the work in the background. Okay, This is what the small introduction about this particular stuff. Doubt, question and clarification.
Yes, sir.
Good, Hema, Hital.
Yes, sir. So do
Good.
we need to learn framework also?
Which framework?
JavaScript framework.
I'll not say the framework, but I'll say learn JavaScript. Okay, if you want to learn JavaScript, there is a best playlist which I can say, and people also recommend. Who's the code developer? They say there is a playlist has been created by Chuck Tomasi. Learn JavaScript by Chuck Tomasi. I guess I already share with you on the group as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is considered as a basic and the best playlist to understand about
We
the
know
JavaScript
we need
service.
only JavaScript, no, sir.
हाँ, mainly JavaScript.
Okay.
See, till the time you're in the backend, it's a JavaScript. But if you go in the front end means if you go in the portal level, then it can be little bit Angular JS as well, HTML, CSS as well. But mainly it's a JavaScript only.
Okay.
In the JavaScript also, it is mainly a service node defined classes or the methods called the glide records, which we are going to be discussing now. Okay. So now let's come here. How the script get executed? That is important because now we have a lot of scripts here. देखो ये होता है. Again the same thing. हेमा का बर्थडे है, ठीक है. Her husband bring a cake, her sister bring a cake, her friends bring a cake. First, which cake need to be cut? She need to be decided. The same thing is here. She said जो पहले है पहले उसके उसी की बारी आएगी. Something similar is there. It may be little tough to understand this concept as of now, but if I tell you that script execution mainly depend on the order as well. So now let me come back here. Script. Okay. Let me first remove something with the LNG because I created few. One. Let me delete this. EB, hello. Because I know otherwise it will create a problem. देखो ये भी मेरी बनाई है सारी. Once we start, it will get a problem for us to be do. ठीक है ना, बाकी तो कुछ नहीं. हाँ ठीक है. Now I'll put one more thing. Order. ठीक है. This order decide actually or play a vital role. खाली तो पूरा. Yes, ये देखो. This order decide. Let's say I want to be make field read only. Let's say I want to make a caller field read only. मैंने क्लास स्क्रिप्ट भी लिख दिया, उसके ऊपर मैंने यूआई पॉलिसी भी लिखा. Which will get executed first? And ये इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस है. Which will get executed first? I want to make a field read only. I write a client script. I write a UI policy. Which will execute it first? And which will take the precedence?
The policy.
Why not script? Maybe I put the script
Because it
is 10. So give a try on this particular part.
okay.
Okay. So, and also sometimes what happens that we write a lot of scripts on a single table. Okay. So we have to be decide the order that in which order it should execute if the condition matches. So order specifically is important in the client scripting and in the business rules as well. छोटा ऑर्डर है तो पहले एग्जीक्यूट होगा, बड़ा ऑर्डर है तो बाद में एग्जीक्यूट होगा, ठीक है. एंड अगेन दीज थिंग्स यू विल लर्न फ्रॉम एक्सपीरियंस. इट इज नॉट कि आज पढ़ा और कल मास्टर बन गया, ऐसा नहीं हो पाएगा इसमें. डेफिनेटली इट्स, मैं आई एम नॉट एबल टू मास्टर टिल द टाइम इवन दो वर्किंग इन सर्विस फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम. So it will come with experience only with you guys. ठीक है, एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है. ओके, गुड 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 गुड, चल रहा है, ठीक है. What is the order? Now, where to write a code? I'll show you. Let's say click on the new here. This is called the script editor. Yeah. Now I'm not, earlier I did this part but not now because what happened ना, फिर कोई लोग मेहनत नहीं करते. There are multiple options available. Go and see what can be done by what option. Easy है, सब पे लिखा हुआ है, आप जैसे एग्जीक्यूट करके देखो आपको पता चल जाएगा. Write something here like this, maybe something like this, and try to do this thing like this. Simple. Replace this, 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 this. अच्छा तो replace का ही है. So multiple options are there. What service now bring changes? Let me show you one good part. Go to preferences, go to theme, click on the dark. The biggest benefit of the dark theme is this area. You can see the colorful options here. You can see this thing. Methods, functions. Plus earlier in I guess in Vancouver or before that it was not available, but ServiceNow say now if you have a big one you can do like this. So आपका actual code यहाँ पर है. Yeah, if you want to scroll it you can scroll like this. This way you can do. ठीक है. So this is called the script editor. We will discuss this part. मतलब discuss तो नहीं, ये सिर्फ I just told you you have to be do little hands-on. But yes, when we do the client scripting or when we do the business rule or the UI action, then we will see this scripting format again. ठीक है. Now come here. That is important. देखो, to do the scripting, I'm not sure that what is your base in the background. Have you done any kind of a code language learning earlier in your graduation or the post graduation? I did, but now I not remember. I did C, C++, Java, Oracle, even though I'm at 2 level of Java certified as well, but never work in the Java. नया नया जोश होता ना, अरे कर लो प्रमोशन होगी. So that is the reason. ठीक है. Now to work in the scripting, we need the classes. And ServiceNow provide two type of classes: client side and server side. And ServiceNow use its own class called the glide. The basic of glide is smoothness. So slider window, it's going very smoothly. ठीक, तो ये concept वहां से, but it's not that meaning. Glide is something which is ServiceNow, I can say, built-in class. And also I'm not sure that, do you know that what is the old name of ServiceNow company? Anybody, any idea? What is the previous name of ServiceNow company before they call it ServiceNow? चलो ढूंढ के आना, फिर समझ में आएगा कि मैंने क्यों पूछा ये. ठीक है. That is saying that we have our roots with us. So that is something roots here only. So think, Google it, and let me know tomorrow that what is the previous name of the company, ServiceNow company.
It's
Okay.
Glide Soft.
Oh, shabash.
I think you asked in the beginning.
Earlier, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah. Glide
Yes.
Soft Inc. Yeah.
Right. And also, to keeping that particular legacy, they build a class in ServiceNow called the Glide. Okay. So what it do basically, Glide classes are the classes which help you to build your code in ServiceNow. The base is the Java. The base is the C++. Again, C++, Java is the same. Oops concepts are there. Okay. On the same concept, it is be there now. But ServiceNow use its own class called the Glide. And they have their own methods on that particular part. Okay. Now let's come here. Right here, the Glide info is there. So now that is what we are going to be discuss. ServiceNow provide two types: client side glide classes and server side glide classes. Means अगर मुझे form level पे कुछ काम करना है, then I have to do this thing. If I have to go in the database, then I have to use the another class of that part. Okay. But there are few classes which is we need to be know before we go for the specified server or client side. ठीक है. सबसे पहले आता है glide record. I'll take you something on the story perspective so that you can easily understand. Okay. सबसे पहले आता है मेरा glide record. In ServiceNow, we know that everything is stored in the table. Right? Everything is stored. Either a record, incident, change, problem, user, role, group, anything you pick up, everything is stored in the table. Now I want to execute some operation on that table level. Not on the table. I want to be execute the operation on a specific on the records of a table. So to call that table, we use glide record as a class. So this is the most common JavaScript API. API stands for the application processing interface. कि भाई जो जाएगा और आपका डेटा लेके आएगा. Best example of API is that when you go to the restaurant and you order something, waiters are the APIs. वो जाते हैं आपका खाना लेके आते हैं. शेफ कभी नहीं आता, मैनेजर कभी नहीं आता. Only waiters go and bring your data there. Okay, so this is what it is called glide record. सबसे पहले यूज होती है, सबसे ज्यादा यूज होती है बिकॉज इसके बिना काम ही नहीं होता. इफ यू वांट टू डू एनी ऑपरेशन यू नीड some records. A record, some that call, we can't call the records directly, we call the table, and on the table we perform the operations on the record level. So इसका syntax क्या है? This is the syntax. New glide record table name. So what this says, करो आप बोल रहे हैं एक वेरिएबल बना दो, let's say lng is equal to, इस वेरिएबल में क्या डालेंगे? सही है ना सिंटेक्स? हाँ ये सॉरी, न्यू ग्लाइड रिकॉर्ड और इंसिडेंट टेबल. क्या हुआ मेरा? देखो ये सिंटेक्स. द लास्ट क्या मतलब है मेरा इसमें कि आई एम कॉलिंग इंसिडेंट टेबल into my variable called lng. ठीक है, it's little technical part, so you have to be understand. I'm not that much expert, so I can tell as much as I know. But what we're doing, we are calling the incident table and putting in our variable. वो कहते हैं ना जैसे where x is equal to name जब हम फंक्शंस कॉल करते थे, ठीक है, तो वो वेरिएबल एक्स में नेम डाल दो, वेरिएबल वाई में डेट डाल दो, एज डाल दो, उसको कंबाइन करके शो कर दो. So this is what we do. Now if you see one more thing important, let's say var equal to new glide record. This is what ServiceNow bring a changes now. Earlier what happened, that if I'm writing, I write like this. अब ये कलर चेंज नहीं हुआ, इसका मतलब ये रॉन्ग क्लास है. So ServiceNow bring these changes because sometimes developer writing the code, they forget the syntax or the math right, how to write the right math class name. So ServiceNow overcome this problem now. If you say like this, see, it's appearing. याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. So I'll put change request. तो मैंने क्या किया, LNG वेरिएबल में इंसिडेंट के रिकॉर्ड्स ले लिए और path वेरिएबल में मैंने चेंज रिक्वेस्ट के रिकॉर्ड ले लिया. और कौन सी क्लास यूज की, ग्लाइड रिकॉर्ड. ठीक है, दिस इज द फर्स्ट. और चाहे आप सर्वर साइड पे हो, चाहे आर यू ऑन द सर्वर साइड और ऑन द क्लाइंट साइड, नथिंग मैटर. ये तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा, रिकॉर्ड तो पहले टेबल तो कॉल करना ही पड़ेगा आपको. ठीक है, वंस यू गेट दिस पार्ट, देन यू कैन डू योर वर्क. देन दिस से क्वेरी. क्वेरी मीन्स go there and fetch the results for me. Now what we'll do, just to understand this more, let's come back here and search for the background scripts. This will give you a little flavor that how it's work actually. Let me come here, copy and paste here. ठीक है, अभी मैंने क्या किया, I call incident table in the variable. Let's see what will happen. अगर मैं इसको एग्जीक्यूट करता हूँ क्या होगा, रन स्क्रिप्ट. क्योंकि ये बैकग्राउंड स्क्रिप्ट है तो कुछ नहीं होगा, मतलब फ्रंट एंड पे नहीं, बैकग्राउंड से चलता है. रन स्क्रिप्ट उसने एग्जीक्यूट किया लेकिन कुछ रिजल्ट नहीं आया, बिकॉज आई डिड नॉट आस्क फॉर एनी प्रिंटिंग. ठीक है, नाउ टू डू दिस पार्ट व्हाट आई विल डू, lng डॉट, सॉरी हाँ, lng डॉट क्या था, हाँ, कि इस टेबल में जाओ और मेरे लिए क्वेरी करके लेके आओ. ट्राई टू रन स्क्रिप्ट. ये देखो उसने एरर दे दी मुझे. क्रिटिकल प्लेटफॉर्म फंक्शन मींस आई एम एग्जीक्यूटिंग समथिंग रॉन्ग हियर. तभी उसने मुझे एरर दे दी कि भैया ये आप गलत काम कर रहे हो कुछ. यू आर कॉलिंग सम फंक्शन व्हिच इज नॉट गुड और दिस थिंग एंड दैट थिंग, वो पार्ट. ठीक है, ऑल्सो इट डिपेंड्स. इफ आई रिमूव दिस, लेट्स से आई पुट लाइक दिस, सी इफ यू रन स्क्रिप्ट नाउ, देखो उसने बोला कि मुझे ये lng नहीं मिल रहा. सो इट मीन्स दिस वेरिएबल नेम्स ऑल्सो मैटर हेयर. ठीक है, सो मेक श्योर दिस वेरिएबल नेम शुड बी करेक्ट. एंड नाउ इफ आई स्क्रिप्ट, अब तो चल पड़ा. वेरी नाइस. ओके, नाउ if I want to do something more in that part, then we can use these operators like this. Variable dot add query, field name and the operator. Means if I come back here and show you this one, let's copy this, or let's copy this much only. And we replace it with the lng. क्या कर रहे हैं, we are saying go bring the incident table in lng. lng में जाके क्वेरी करो जिसका प्रायोरिटी 1 है. नाउ रन. मुझे दिख क्यों नहीं रहा, ये रिजल्ट्स क्यों नहीं दिख रहे? Why it's not showing? स्क्रिप्ट एग्जीक्यूट तो हुई लेकिन शो नहीं हो रही मुझे। सी रिजल्ट्स नहीं आ रहे। 6 रिजल्ट्स भी आ रहे हैं क्या कुछ? हाँ आ तो रहे हैं। 6 का काउंट आया है। 14 मिली सेकेंड इज अ प्रोसेसिंग टाइम। बट मुझे अच्छा इसलिए नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि मैं प्रिंट नहीं कर रहा यहाँ पे कुछ अभी। ठीक है, सो इट्स सेइंग, ठीक है, आई गो एंड आई फेच द रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ दिस वन। इट मीन्स अभी क्या है, अगर मैं यहाँ जाऊँ एंड आई क्लिक ऑन दिस एंड से इंसिडेंट and click on open, and if I filter out and say priority, let's say 1, ये तो अल्टीमेटली मैंने क्या किया, मैंने यही स्क्रिप्ट को रन किया है। द ओनली फैक्ट इज दैट दिस इज ऑन द फ्रंट एंड, तो मुझे पता नहीं। यू वांट टू सी, राइट क्लिक, कॉपी क्वेरी, यहां ले आओ इसको, आपको मिल जाएगा। सी एक्टिव ट्रू प्रायोरिटी इज 1। क्यों? क्योंकि मैं ऑलरेडी उस टेबल पे हूं, सो इट इज नॉट ब्रिंगिंग दिस रिकॉर्ड फॉर्म, ये वाला ये चीजें नहीं लेके आ रहा वो। बट अल्टीमेटली इट इज एग्जीक्यूटिंग द बैकग्राउंड लाइक दिस ओनली, कि जहां प्रायोरिटी है वो ले आओ। ठीक है, कैन यूज द ऑपरेटर्स लाइक दिस, और तब तक करते रहो जब तक नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट करते रहो। लेट्स सी कॉपीड, नाउ ऐड क्वेरी, आई एम कॉपिंग इट while lng.next, और क्या करें यहाँ पर, जब तक जितने रिकॉर्ड्स हैं वो लेके आओ, और 1 क्या करना है यहाँ पर, इसका कुछ है क्या, और डू वी हैव सम कोड हियर, गो नेक्स्ट, रिस्क नेक्स्ट। देखो इसको रन करके देखते हैं। रन हो गया, लेट्स से अवेलेबल हेयर, देखिए अब क्या रिजल्ट्स आए। देखो 21 रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, टोटल 21 है हमारे पास। सी 21 रिकॉर्ड्स आ गए। सी ठीक, तो इसका मतलब क्या है, द थिंग विच वी कैन डू फ्रॉम द फ्रंट एंड वी कैन डू फ्रॉम द बैक एंड एज वेल। नाउ वी हैव टू प्रिंट इट। कैसे प्रिंट होगी, lng dot नहीं, I have to check the syntax again, I'm very bad in this part। ठीक है, so we can do like this manner। if you want to query multiple, you can put one more condition like this, और इसके लिए हम करते हैं और क्वेरी, रिस्क 1 और रिस्क 2 उनको लेके आओ। दिस इज व्हाट इट सेज। अगेन व्हाट आई नो आई एम टेलिंग यू हियर, इफ यू वांट टू कंपेयर इट, जिनका रिस्क मोर देन 2 है, fetch only those results for me। ठीक, एंड देन जिनका ये है उनका अर्जेंसी 2 कर दो और रिकॉर्ड अपडेट कर दो। नाउ आई विल शो यू दिस थिंग। लेट्स से इंस्टेड ऑफ प्रायोरिटी 1 glide record urgency glide record dot नहीं, what we'll do, we'll say lng dot short underscore description, CRIPTI description, क्या कर दो, उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन अपडेट कर दो हेलो LNG से। ठीक, एंड I'm removing this and lng dot ठीक, and now run script. हो गया, let's see. Records हो गए. Let's come back here and refresh it. नहीं अपडेट हुआ. We say it should update it, but it's not updated. Short description is spelling is right. LNG short description. Again, very poor in the coding, so risk can be 100%. It's not executed. Let's try again. कुछ हुआ. Let's come back here and refresh now. No, something wrong in, definitely something wrong in our code only. I can 100% sure on that part. But this is a way that we can do this particular part. Okay, so we can update the records, we can delete the records, everything we want, we can do that particular part. But the thing is that we should know that how syntax and semantics are working here on this particular area. So this is the very basic which we need to be need. Add query, glad, add query, or query, loops you need to be understand here. So like this where category is network, delete the records. Add query category network, multiple records. एक साथ सारे records delete कर दो, which I don't want. So if I say like this, glad.record. So I'll put instead of this, I'm putting lng dot, क्या है syntax? Delete. इस केस में क्या होगा? If I say run script, so we have 21, it should be 20 now, possibly. नहीं, इसका मतलब अभी हमारे कोड में कुछ तो गड़बड़ चल रही है. We have something wrong in our code. It's not executing properly. It should delete it actually. If I go as per this concept, it should delete it. But it's not deleting it. So you can put this as well, category this, and you can do your work. Why it's showing glad record only? Did I put something wrong? LNG, add query, priority 1, query. While this code तो ठीक है लेकिन चल क्यों रहा है? Background skipped. ठीक है, maybe some other reasons need to be do little bit more learning. ठीक. So this is what we can do from the glide record only. This is the basic one to understand that what operations we can execute, how we can execute, and then you can understand, okay, this is the things which need to be do. So we are able to proceed with that particular format. Okay. Question clarification. Ethernet Heva.
Okay, so far, Yatul.
Yeah, okay. So now I'll not proceed further. We'll discuss this too tomorrow along with the client-side scripting as well. Okay, but I recommend please read something. You can go here, developer.servicenow site. Okay, and search here. You will get some kind of a learning path here. Okay, try to find out something. It's not after completing, but you might also be interested. देखो ये client script. Let's go back and see. So maybe by tomorrow it will be easy for you to understand. So like client-side scripting overview. The only thing is that this provide you the some use cases as well. That is a good part. Okay. So go and now see introduction of scripting as well. Read this, you will understand that what exactly need to be do. Introduction to ServiceNow scripting. जो हमने डिस्कस किया ये ऑलमोस्ट वहां से भी पिकअप कर रहा है. ServiceNow API. Understand that what is API means and how it works. See, आगे आपको client record. Script editor, ServiceNow script module recap. It will give you a flavor that how to read. So go here, ServiceNow scripting. 4 modules का course है, but it is very good if you do. See, scripting, then client side and server side. It's on the Utah. Let me go on the Washington DC. Yes. Try to do this part. फटाफट हो जाएगा, easy है. At least basic understanding you will get it. Clear? Chalo, we'll take a break now. Let me stop recording.